we are thrilled that you are coming in 10 days. The performances are in 10 days.
Yes, I know.
So exciting. May 16th and 18th. And
Yes,
I wanted to talk a little bit about you playing the Mozart two piano concertos, the D
yes,
minor, number 20,
yes,
and the
yes.
Jeunehomme, and
Yeah,
a little bit about those concerti, but also like you've played all 27.
yes. You know, it was happy chance in my life. It was already when I was not very young, but I played some concert in the memory of my late daughter who was killed in accident in 29 years old in 1994. And it was one concert which was recorded with three concerto in one evening. And very good conductor. He is also he already late. He passed away during our circle. He proposed me to no, he didn't. I'm sorry. We played second time next year, also three new concertos. And after this, he proposed me. We already recorded six concerto. Let us record all. For me, it was, of course, enormous job because these six concertos I played all my life. But the other 21, I had to learn. And it was very great event in my life. And during 3 years, we recorded this wonderful circle. And you know that I must tell that when I learned this music, I felt myself that I live together with Mozart because I could see his development, like a composer, of course, his development, his making more and uh, more deepest ideas in their concertos, etc. Unfortunately, Leonid Nikolaev, great conductor, which proposed me this idea, he died during the summer of 2009, and we recorded with him 18 concertos, and the rest 11 we recorded with my former pupil, Konstantin Masluk, who was my pianist and also conductor and pupil of Gennady Rождественский. Yes, and this was made during 3 years. For any information, I must tell that great Geza Anda made this idea during 12 years. And he has his own orchestra. And today he came and he told, well, I am not in my mood. I will go tomorrow. And so I had no such possibility. I had only rehearsal and performance. And it was all live performance. So now we have already 10 discs with this. I can show you maybe even this my treasure. This is it is
Oh,
uh, it is 10 discs of all 27 concerto. So it was made 14 years ago. I have finished it in 2010, I'm sorry, 15 years ago. 2010, we played uh, in the Great Hall of Moscow Conservatory, the concerto for two piano and for three piano. And it was the last recording, and I was very happy. I must tell that even in the United States, that time in Amazon was two critics about this recording. And one of them was very funny and very very good for me because the critic wrote, we used that Russian pianist play Mozart like Rachmaninoff, but he plays like Mozart. So for me, it was very great, great ideas. Yes. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have some cold, but I will
Oh,
refuse it.
no, this is great.
Yeah.
So, um, which Mozart piano concerto do you have a favorite?
You know that all of them is my favorites.
Okay.
Of course, I must tell that four first concerto, which Mozart wrote when he was 11 years old. It is not his composition. It is composition of the composers which lived during that time, and his father make him homework to orchestrate some pieces. And it is also wonderful music. I like them very much. But you know that, of course, from the fifth concerto, it is already a real composition of Mozart. And I must tell that I have no favorite concertos. One of them is this very tragic. For example, like D minor, which I will play in the my concert in Philadelphia, and also C minor, number 24, which I like very much. But in all major concertos, we always have some pages which are very sad and which shows us that the Mozart was not very happy man. He worked all his life. He worked hard, and he grew all his life. And in any concerto, we can see his masterpiece. You know, it is wonderful. It is wonderful.
And I like the D minor as well, the
He
number.
mine, it is wonderful.
I love it because I think Mozart, um, he's very good at sad. We think of him as a happy composer, but the depth when he in his minor pieces, be it his sonatas or his concerti, his symphonies, I think that they are some of his most beautiful.
Yes, yes. I agree with you. I agree with you. But C minor, it is wonderful concerto, and also like D minor, the piano party begins from new music. It is very seldom in the concerto of Mozart, but in D minor, the tragic entrance of orchestra, and after so lyrical and so sad melody of piano, and the same in C minor, in C minor. Yes, it's but I also admire A major, Köchel 488, and also concerto number 9, which I will play. And you know that it is the longest concerto of Mozart. Number 9, he continues 32 seconds, minutes. I'm sorry, 32 minutes, and it is very interesting that in both E flat major concertos of Mozart, we have in the final another episode. It is wonderful. And in number 9, we have a wonderful minuet, which was maybe um, some proposition for the society of that time, because minuet was very popular in the time of Mozart, and of course Mozart liked to dance, and he danced maybe.
I think he did a lot of dancing.
Yes, of course, he loved this.
Right, he was quite a dancer. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So, besides your Mozart, which you've done quite a lot, you also obviously have done a lot of Shostakovich and Rachmaninoff and Tchaikovsky.
You know, and I must tell that professional pianist must has big repertoire. And when I have the question which composer you like the most, I cannot answer this question because I have no choice between Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, Tchaikovsky, Rachmaninoff. It is wonderful features of world culture. And I like when I play this music, I like this music always the best. So you know that it is wonderful. And in my long life, I must tell that I had some periods when I devoted myself to some composer. For example, in the youth, when my teacher Lev Oborin, great pianist, great Russian pianist, who was winner of Chopin first competition in 1927. He was wonderful pianist and had wonderful style. And he had stroke when he was already in ages. And he told me, so pity that I dreamt to play all sonatas by Beethoven. And immediately I began to count how many sonatas by Beethoven I know. And after this, I decide I will play all sonatas. And in some years, I learned all sonatas. And then when I was 35 years old, I played all 32 sonatas by Beethoven. But it was not recorded. It was very difficult time in Soviet Union. Yes. And after this, I came to Poland in the middle of 70s, and I played some Chopin program, including of etudes. Of course, very difficult. Yes, and one Polish critic who became my close friend, he wrote a wonderful critic article about my recording and my playing. But he told me, Misha, you recorded all nocturnes, you recorded all ballads, all scherzos, you play all etudes, etc. You must play all composition of Chopin. What it was enormously difficult. In 1982, I played in Moscow Conservatory during 9 recitals during one season, all piano compositions for piano solo. I excuse me that I tell about myself.
I actually was going to say that you're quite modest because most concert pianists do not have the repertoire at their disposal that you have. You have a very large repertoire.
Yes, I have large repertoire, but you know that I don't think that it is very big achievement. Only I did not like to play old pieces which I played many times. I tried all my life to learn something new and new, but I respect the great pianist who has not very big repertoire, but they play wonderfully. It is very important. So I think that my achievement, of course, it is very interesting, but it is not the principle. We need to play well. This is fun. I will try to do this, of course.
That's wonderful. So besides are you currently working on new repertoire?
Sorry?
Are you working on new repertoire?
Yes, not so long ago, uh, I've found that I did not play 32 variations by Beethoven. I played all sonatas, but this variation I did not play. And I found very interesting, very interesting um, very interesting, sorry, my English, story about these variations, because Beethoven has no opus for this variation. 32 variations in C minor, great music, which is very popular, but Beethoven did not give the opus. It is special opus, the works honor opus number 80, C minor variations. And I learned them and I played them many times already. But here in United States, I had not so much concertos for to propose some new compositions, but I tried to do this step by step.
I love that. So
Yes,
you also are a teacher and a
yes,
coach.
yes. Of course,
Uh,
you know that I was head of chair of piano faculty of Moscow Conservatory during 60 years.
yes.
So I have many pupils. I have many prize winners of many important competitions, even the Clyburn competition, and the Queen Elizabeth competition, and some of them are very great pianists. So I'm very happy that I am teacher. But here in United States, I was invited in Juilliard like guest teaching professor, and sometimes I come to Juilliard, and I have some pupils who plays for me. So for me, it is also very important because you know that my idea that the teaching helps to play better for artists. And artist must be teacher because he must sometimes explain to the pupil his ideas. But some ideas which I have when I played myself goes not by mind, goes by my intuition. And the pupil which plays sometimes wrong ideas, wrong direction, must have explanation. And I began to think why I play so. And I try to explain to my pupil, I play so because, and I have some ideas. So the teaching helps to perform, and performing helps to be good teacher.
Thank you for that. And so when you are working with a pupil and
Yeah.
they bring you a Mozart concerto, sometimes do you think, oh, it sounds like Rachmaninoff? Like the notes are right, but the style's wrong. So do you work to make Mozart more Mozart?
You know that my teacher told me that the most important thing in the piano playing it is to be in a good style, because the when you are talented, you have a temperament, you have ideas, and you play always with the same emotion or any music, it is wrong. You must understand the time and the beauty of Mozart style. You understand the Beethoven style completely different of the style of Mozart. And of course, romantic music has more freedom for express your temperament, express your feelings if you have your emotions. But without emotions, we cannot exist. Yes, so I think that even in my teaching, of course, in my teaching, I pay attention for the style of composition, the style of composers which we learn. Also, you know that we can. Uh, uh, Sometimes I thought, why this pianist is very good and everybody likes him, and another one is not so good, nobody likes him. It depends on the individuality of talent, of course. Of course, every pianist has some individuality. But if you have individuality, and you uh, don't uh, work for the performance in the ideas which included in composition of composers. It will be you in Beethoven, but we must be Beethoven in our performance. You understand my idea?
Yes.
Yes, thank you very
Yes.
much.
And do you think that's why major piano competitions that Mozart would always be a requirement?
Now, yes, so many competitions require Mozart concertos or Mozart sonatas, and it is very important because uh, um, I think Arthur Schnabel, great German pianist, he told that Mozart is very difficult to play because he has not many notes, and every note has such weight of impression of meaning that in the early age it is impossible to show, but in the age of pianists, they are afraid of this small quantity of notes, so they don't play Mozart very often.
Yeah, and of course we can make some assumptions about Mozart, but I know that I was reading that you have worked with important composers.
Yes, I work and I learned many compositions, modern composition. I like modern music. I play Schnitke concerto. You know that I was in one classroom with Schnitke when we were students of Moscow Conservatory. He was almost my age. He was 1 year older than me. It was a great person. I am very happy that I met him in my life. Schnitke. Also,
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. We're doing a Schnittke next season. We're doing a Concerto Grosso #1.
yes, I played it.
I just love Schnittke. I
You
think
like?
I do. I'm very
Yes,
fond of Schnittke.
yes, it's a great composer.
I think so. And a little dark, moody.
Sorry?
It's often dark, a little moody, distant.
He's very tragic. Sorry. He's very tragic figure in the history of music. His life was horrible, and in his life, I think in his music he described his tragedy in his life, and not also tragedy of his life, tragedy of the country, tragedy of the regime in Soviet Union, and especially in post-Russia. For me, Schnitke it is wonderful figure.
I love his music.
Yeah.
People, I think audiences find it difficult.
You know that I played this concerto by Schnitke many times, and always the audience accepted very warm, very enthusiastic, because his music is very precise. It goes directly to the soul of listeners. Yes, I also played the concerto for four hands and rather big orchestra, which was written later when he was already very ill. And it was first performance with the wife of Gennady Rozhdestvensky, a wife of some Shenitsky himself, for four hands. It is also very tragic music. We found this score, and I paid a lot of money to rewrite it from Vienna, from edition Sikorsky, and we had permission to play it once in Moscow without recording, and it was very complicated music. It was great success. I was very surprised. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful music. And I would be remiss if I did not ask you about that you've left Russia. And in what year did you leave?
I may explain you my decision.
Yes.
You know that I am old man. When the Second World War was, I was already alive. I was 6 years old. So I remember this war in person, and I know what is this. But it was the war against the enemies. But when the Putin began the war against the brother people, brother nation, for me it was tragedy, personal tragedy. I was born in the south of Ukraine. I am Russian ethnically, but I understand Ukrainian language. I had many friends between Ukrainian, and never we had any problems with our общение. I don't know, our conversations.
Yes.
My mother burned in the Ukraine, in this little city in the beach of Azov Sea, Berdyansk. Yes, so for me, beginning of this war was personal tragedy. I could not understand what to do. Of course, I cannot. I could not go to the street with some placard and protest. It is for nothing. It is senseless. Yes, but I understood that if I stay in this country, I become participants of this war. And my decision was mostly moral decision. I threw all my work, all my home, all my friends, all my pupils, and I decided to leave country. And I thought that maybe my art, my protest will help to be against this criminal war. So it was very difficult decision and very dangerous decision because the life in America for me is not so easy like it was in Russia. So I am very happy that I could make this protest. This is my explanation.
It was bold. It was bold that you left. I mean, for anybody at any age to leave their country,
Yes,
given that you were cherished, that you were so loved in Russia.
yes, yes.
But we're glad that you are coming here. We're glad to have you.
And I must tell that I am very happy. I am very honored to play with such wonderful orchestra like the Chamber Orchestra of Philadelphia. And it is very well known. And for me, it is great honor. So I am also very happy. And I am looking forward to meet the members of orchestra with my friendship, with my ideas, and I am sure that we will understand each other.
It will be wonderful. So
Thank
I
you.
will see you in 10 days or
Yes,
less. Right?
yes,
Yes.
yes. I will come on rehearsal on at 1 o'clock on 15th of May.
Perfect. I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to it. And we'll talk more about Schnittke.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye now.
Goodbye.
Bye.